Hi, I'm back again with the fourth lesson. I hope you all can remember what we discussed last week. It's about Samuel the judge. Today also we are going to learn few more things about him and also another one called Saul. Right, okay. So, let me start with a small story. There was this little boy who brought a toy banana packed in his lunchbox. Right? So, his friend who saw this also wanted to do something like that. So, he went home and he told his mother, I want a toy banana packed for my lunch tomorrow. He just wanted to be like his friend. But just think, what's the use? Can we eat it when we are hungry? No, right? Or you think that you can satisfy your hunger by just looking at it? No, right? This boy just wanted to do what his friend was doing. He wanted to do what his friend was doing. So, we are also like that sometimes, right? Yes, sometimes we are also like that. We do things just because others do. We don't think about it. Even the Israelites were like that. They also wanted to be like other nations around them, to follow their lifestyles and traditions. Just because some nations had kings, they also wanted a human king to rule over them instead of God to be their ruler. Now, if you read 1 Samuel chapter 8 verses 10 to 22, you can understand this, right? Samuel warned them about their demand. It's very clear. If you read 1 Samuel chapter 8 verse 10 to 22, we can understand this very well. It says what will happen if a human ruler rules over, if a human king rules over. He'll take you, it says, in the Bible passage it says, he'll take your sons and make them soldiers, and your daughters to be cooks and bakers, and also you be slaves, and so on and so on. But they still wanted a king. So Samuel selected a king for Israel. And when doing this, Samuel followed God's instructions very carefully. In 1 Samuel chapter 9 verses 15 to 17, it says how God revealed to Samuel. When Samuel saw Saul, God said to him, this is the man I spoke to you about, who will govern my people. So, just read the Bible passage 1 Samuel chapter 9 verses 15 to 17. You can understand what it says. So, Samuel anointed Saul as the king of Israel. In 1 Samuel chapter 10 verse 1, it says, right, Samuel took a flask of olive and poured it on Saul's head and kissed him, saying, has not the Lord anointed you ruler over his inheritance? Right? So, after that, Samuel guided through the rules and regulations set by God for Saul's kingship. And he started off correctly. But when the time passes by, sometime later, Saul displeased God. And Samuel was instructed to appoint another ruler. So this is what happens when you displease God. Now the Israelites wanted a king, so God appointed a king, and He was doing well at the beginning, but later on, he was displeasing God. So, God had to appoint another ruler. Right? So, if we just take the summary of what we just heard, what we just learned, right? The first point, people demanded a king. They did not want God to lead them. God told Samuel to tell these people what would happen if a human ruler started ruling them. Then Samuel warned the people of the difference of a king ruling them and God leading them. But still, they wanted a king. So, Samuel anointed Saul, and he was the first king of Israel chosen by God. Samuel always followed God's instructions and was not afraid to talk about God. So, my dear children, during this week, I want you all to just think about these few points and try to implement these things in your lives. The first one, always remember God is our king and our ruler. We should not want to have any other to replace him or to have dominion above us. The second point, we should not forget God by following others and trying to fit in with them just to please someone or to be accepted in different cultures and societies. The third one, don't have any fake worldly things to replace God. And don't have any fake things to replace what God has given us. If we try to look for anyone or anything other than God, that is where we reject God. Therefore, be very careful when you choose things, when you take decisions. Always seek God's guidance, just like Samuel. So I wish all of you a blessed week ahead. God bless you.